But how do you feel about the internet and how it's flattened the playing field? Is there any way you feel like you want to take advantage of it?
I think everyone should take advantage of it. I mean, we're in this generation is like the generation of information via the internet, and like you know, when I was growing up, and I'm sure when you were growing up, we didn't have the internet. Like, I didn't get it until I was probably about maybe like 16, like 10 years ago or so. And like now kids are like born with it. They're born, they got a little iPhone in their hand, they can access the internet wherever they want, you know what I mean? Like these little babies with like iPhones. But I mean, like, if you want to compare it to like the old school, like original hip hop, like even say example Wu-Tang Clan, like they didn't have the internet, like they had to start root style. They had to start like, you know, out there in like Shaolin and work out from there. But I mean, like, you know, now that we have the internet, we can send our information and anything anywhere. Yeah, why not jump on it and try using it the best you can? I mean, like Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, all this stuff, it's all free social networking. It's free advertising.
Every aspect.
Every aspect of it.
You can put your
YouTube, any of that.
YouTube, so you got your video aspect. I mean, you know what I mean? Every aspect you can take advantage of is there. And that's one thing, like Wu-Tang, they did do their thing, but they had to sell drugs to get a certain amount of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They had to put themselves out there like that, and you don't have to do that no more. So that is a blessing. I'm hoping to actually...
Yeah, I'm blessed as well that we don't have to do that as MCs now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, we all have like our own little side hustles going on, but I mean, it's not as grimy as it used to be. And you know, now it's just a lot more convenient, but also at the same time, as far as having the internet and the information generation, it's like you have all these other more, quote, whack MCs that are coming out, and they think just because they have a microphone and a Facebook and, you know, some words to say. So, I mean, the market's way more flooded than it was ever because it's more accessible. People can access it easier, and, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's a great point.
So it floods the market, which makes, you know...
It's a twofold.
Yeah, it could go either way, you know?
Go either way.
You got to find the balance.
You have to gotta be a good sifter.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You got to get your sifting shoes on and start going.
So, all right, so let's, where do I want to go with it now? Let's, you have a radio show. Speaking of getting yourself established in the field you need to, you know, to get yourself out there, right?
Yep.
What's the format of your radio show? And say anything you want to say to promote that.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. The show is called The Underground and Heard Show, and it consists of me as the main host, Bobby White, True Believers, doing it. And I also have a lot of musical guests, most of them... So actually, I can't say musical. I mean, all kinds of artists I have come on the show. Okay. Most of the time, it's kind of random. They just sort of walk in, or they contact me a few days before, and I'm like, yeah, come on in. So the show itself is really smooth. It's really free. It's not too tight. I don't have commercials on there. You don't have to listen to that like you do on other FM stations. And as far as music, it's mainly hip hop, underground indie hip hop, some DJ producer stuff. So there's a lot of, like, I do a little bit of instrumentals too. I incorporate a lot of local acts as well. And it's just a good source for me to make sure Asheville knows what's going on with local shows, what's going on with like local releases, because there is a huge music scene here in Asheville for all the listeners that don't know much about it. So I try to keep up on my game with that, stay on top, and make sure everyone's educated and knows what's going on with the local scene, as well as showing them like some really cool like underground music, because the hip hop scene here in Asheville could be a lot better, and that's what me and a lot of the MCs and local artists are striving to do, is try to bring up the hip-hop scene, bring it back to Asheville.
You kind of went into my next question.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to still ask it.
Sure.
I see you as a hip-hop ambassador for Asheville. I mean,
thank you.
Maybe it's my lack of awareness, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Would you say
That's some big shoes to fill. I appreciate that's definitely a compliment.
Will you be in the top 5?
I would like to say that I would be number 1 on any level of anything.
That's the Bobby White I know. You know what I'm saying? Come out, man.
But no, that's awesome, because like I was saying earlier, I'm really new to the game. Like hip hop it's still so fresh to me, and it's fresh for a lot of people, I think. But I would definitely say that as far as that and all kinds of genres, but specifically hip hop, man, that's a title. I appreciate it.
I didn't even mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's awesome.
I actually wanted to say, as the ambassador, what would you say is Asheville? Like, if LA has a stamp in the game as far as their laid back style, you know, a gangster, you know, and then the South has their style with the big bass booming club.
Yeah.
What would you say is Asheville's signature?
Okay. Well, I'd say as far as like the local artists here in Asheville, I think it's kind of mixed up a little bit, and not mixed up in a bad way. I'm just saying there's quite a variety. You got like Crazy Horse and Colston, DJ Kilby, and they're doing their thing. They have more of a southern sound because they're from here. They're from this area.
Okay.
And then you got a lot of producers that are putting hip hop tunes out, but they're blending it with electronic music. So it's kind of spacey. And like, if I were to say like as far as producers, I'd say there's a lot of like DJs putting out like this really like spacey electronic, like really like mixed up, like mashup type thing. Not mashups in the traditional sense, but just mashed up in as far as like changing up the style of hip hop in Asheville. And
Can you rhyme to it?
Yeah, and you know, it's been a challenge to me, but that's like my dedication for my second album that I'll be putting out in 2012. It's actually it's me on that stuff, and it's different because it's making me break away from the traditional delivery of hip hop, the 4/4. I mean, it's still 4/4, but you got all these other sounds in there that you can rhyme off of. So you're not just rhyming to the rhythm. You're not rhyming to just the bass and the drums. You're rhyming over like this crazy like dub sounding stuff or some really low end like dubstep-ish type thing. And then of course my style here in Asheville. I'm from up north, so I listen to a lot of like East Coast Northern rap. Like that's like New York is like my favorite New York style. You know, like I said, Wu-Tang and that sort of thing. Okay. But I mean, when I do my music, I just try to be open with it as possible, and of course, you know, people will be able to label it. Me personally, True Believers, Bobby White. I wouldn't say it's West Coast. It's definitely not Cali. It's definitely not Southern. I'd say it's more Northern. So I mean, Asheville definitely. To answer your question, Asheville definitely has quite a variety when it comes to subgenres of hip hop. But I'd say it's leaning towards the more experimental type, if anything.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking from a mind that's not aware as yours in Asheville, but that's what I've peeped out as well.
From what you've noticed.
That experimental style as well, and it's like, man, I could get into some, you know what, Rakim. You know Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim?
Possibly.
Oh, man. Eric B. and Rakim, classic hip-hop, KRS-One.
Is it R-A-K-I-M?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, you got to know Eric B. and Rakim.
Mm-hmm.
Study that one day. But he's considered, him, Nas, look at my hand. Him, Nas, KRS-One are considered by, you know, you go here and there.
Yeah.
They're each considered number one in different circles.
Right.
He always said that his voice, he looked at it like a saxophone, and that he just breaking out that 4/4 mode, like you said. He's breaking out that 4/4 mode. I also look at hip hop as a form of jazz also, and it's mostly scatting, except for with hip hop, you got to make the sounds mean something with words. So I'm definitely with you on the experimental mode, and hip hop should not be locked down in a 4/4. And when 4/4 is just a squared off bar, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and you can break it down into 2s, 4s, 8s, 3s. You know, it's way more ways to break it down into that simple 4/4. So I think we can move on. Also, on your keeping it moving tip, is there another place you want to go to?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay.
Hey man, it sounded really good.
Yeah. You're listening to Bobby fucking White. Eazystar MC. Yeah. Bring it to y'all that naturalistic style. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you're about to. 'Cause that's how we do.
Bobby F and White,
That's right, y'all.
Bobby F and White,
Doing it.
Bobby F and White,
8 hours straight, no debate. Yeah, yo, I move on, but kid, I'm from the underground. Near your sewers, find me in your hometown. Doing the thing as I look into a video camera. I don't know what I say, I can't feel ya. If you're not on a level with me, you're linear. I'm spherical, that's how I think, I thought I feel ya. Maybe I don't, but maybe I do. Freestyle so fast, I'm talking about you. Underground and heard, y'all. Doing it here. What else we got with them? Eazystar MC, Variety Society.
Don't be getting caught off guard, man. I'll be letting them do their thing.
Doing it.
See what they say.
Yeah.
I don't like that, I like
Yeah.
that.
1, 2. Where you you at, Bobby White? But kid, what the heck is said, or what the hell when it's censored? But kid, I don't spell, put you on a taser, then you get electrocuted. I taste her, or him, all people of my brother, my family, all one under the sun, but we're under the same damn sky, but the same don't lie, but other kids do. So kid, but don't fry your own brain on things like drugs and violence. Keep going out, but kid, check the silence of the nature of the biz. Yes, keep coming out, but kid, don't kids. That's past tense of children. No, it's not. Go correct yourself, but kid, I'm still feeling the vibe, still feeling alive, still move my own thing, moving up my kids. We all jive, yes, together. We all do it one. We're all together. Yes, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I can't tell y'all any other way. Thanks for listening. This is it. Yo, crazy. That's right. That's just how it is. That's just about it.
All right. All right. Also, I noticed, you know, through Facebook and everything, that you also in a competition, a band.
Yep. Band's Warped Tour.
Okay.
Yeah. Band's Warped Tour. For anyone that doesn't know, it's like every summer, all the punk bands that are playing, and they actually just started hip hop a few years ago, which is pretty cool. But it's a big like punk and hardcore and like a little bit of ska music, and they go all around. The tour goes all around the country. And they play usually 2 locations per state, you know, some states excluded, it all depends on location, all that. And they're playing in my hometown, Scranton, Pennsylvania, where Relic is from. So we've been doing this competition where people get to go online and they get to vote every day. It's battlethebands.com, and you just search True Believers, and you'll find our whole little page on there. We have 3 songs, 3 unreleased songs actually on there, and we're doing really good. We're #1 in hip hop for Scranton, Pennsylvania, which I'm pretty proud of that. And yeah, we're actually, I think last time I checked, we're number 20 in overall genre for Scranton, PA. So we're actually already qualified to win. They choose 4 bands out of the top 100. So we're ranked number 20. We're already like not guaranteed, but we already got a guarantee to be in the running, so to speak.
Is that to win Scranton? Or
that's to win Scranton. Yep, okay. Exactly. And then they have like a #1 prize, which is like a bunch of money, a trip to Hollywood to play the VIP party, and only 1 grand prize winner gets to do that, and that's out of thousands and thousands of bands. So that's a little bit more of a stretch for us. You know, that'd be great. I'm sure someone's already going to be able to pick that one up, but we'll just be content with winning Scranton. So yeah, we still have a few weeks left. We have still a few weeks left for that, and so feel free to come and vote for us. battlethebands.com. Look for True Believers.
All right.
Yeah, 1